First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the name of who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is the name of who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashim means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kwadash means holy. And that's on the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Today I want to make a quick video going over this article that came out the other day. This guy Mark Zuckerberg building 100 million Hawaii compound with massive underground bunker, right? And we know that these devils are preparing for ultimately World War III, right? And the return of the Messiah, right? Who this world ignorantly calls Jesus, but his real name is Yahweh Shai, right? They know what's going on, and they know that ultimately those buttons are going to be pressed. So here they are making their bunkers, right, planning to escape, and ultimately it's prophesied that they were going to do that, right, and they're actually going to survive, right. But the thing is that uh, once everything goes down, right, once that fire, those bombs have hit the earth, has pretty much wiped America out, and everything has came to pretty much a pause. Okay, all those billionaires in these bunkers, they're going to be ripped out of those holes. Okay, the elect, right, the Israelites, Israel, okay, we're gonna have new bodies, and we're pretty much gonna be like super soldiers, right? We're gonna be as gods, and we're gonna have the power to literally pull these devils out of their bunkers and put them straight into slavery. And let's get a scripture on that. This is Psalms chapter 149 and verse 6. It says, "Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh." Right? And this is the honor of the saints. I think Revelation 13, verse 10, pretty much goes into the same thing. It says that he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword. Right? This is the patience, right, and the faith of the saints, roughly paraphrasing. Right? The saints being the Israelites. Okay, this is what we're waiting for, and it's gonna happen. Right? Yahweh Shai, by the hand of Israel, right? Because this is the scripture. Let's get that. He's gonna execute judgment on Edom by the hand of Israel. Let me get rid of. Let's get that. On Edom, and why is there an emoji thing there? Ezekiel 25 and 14. Let's see what it says. It says, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai." Right, these Edomites and these other nations, they gonna get whooped by Jake. Right, they're gonna get whooped by Jake. Right, that's why it says in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 27, 26, it says, "And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father." Right, so these nations, they gonna get that good old whooping, right, by the way of Israel, the Israelites, right, and that goes for these millionaires, these billionaires, trillionaires, elites that are going to be hiding from the destruction. Right? They're going to be the first ones going into those slave ships, right? Slave cities, right? Whatever we want to do, they're going to be the first ones there into slavery. I think there's another one in Isaiah chapter 34 that goes into it. Isaiah chapter 34 and verse, where is it at? Isaiah 24, not 34. Isaiah 24 and verse 20 it says, "The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again." Right? And the only thing that's going to make that happen are those nuclear missiles. Right? The ICBM, going into intercontinental ballistic missiles. Right? Fire. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited." Right? They're going to be thrown in shackles, right? Prisoned up, right? However long we want, they're going to be in there, right? And that's ultimately righteous judgment, right? That's a balance because these devils, all these other nations, hey, they've completely destroyed the nation of Israel, right? And they have to pay for it, as the law says, hey, an eye for an eye, right? Hand for a hand, right? A complete balance. But let's get some scriptures now, right? Dealing with the bunkers, right? And where it talks about it. If we go to Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12, it says, "And I beheld, when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood." Right? And this is talking about when those nuclear missiles, right, pretty much hit the earth. It's going to cause a nuclear winter because pretty much the atmosphere is going to be covered. Right? The sun is going to become black. It says, "And the stars of heaven," right, the stars of heaven is going into the missiles. It says, "And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind." Right? They came unexpectedly, right? Because these people in America, they're not expecting nukes, right? These nations, they use nukes as a fear method, right? They don't really actually are thinking about hitting those buttons, right? But it's gonna reach the point where they do think about it, right? Where they do push the buttons, right? Because they know that once they push that button, missiles are coming your way too, right? Missiles are flying in the entire skies, right? And ultimately, it's game over for everybody unless you got a bunker. But it says, "And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island removed out of their places." Right? And the heaven departing as a scroll when it is rolled together, that's going into the mushroom cloud of the nuclear missiles. Right? Because if you go search up mushroom cloud, right, it looks like a scroll rolling together. Right? If we get a picture of a scroll, right, upside down, let's see, rolled up. Nope. It's pretty much like this. Let me see if I can find. It's pretty much like this, but without the wood sticks, right? You have them together, right? But when you open them, right, it makes this image, right? You open them outwards, it starts expanding, right? That's the way John described it, and Isaiah described the same thing, the same exact way. Let me see if I can get a better picture. Scroll rolled up front view. Yeah, I doubt. Pretty much like this, right? If you imagine rolling this outwards, right, it looks like a mushroom, and it was going into the nuclear missiles. But it says, "And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island removed out of their places." Right? Mass destruction. But this is the point. "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains." Right? Because of the nuclear destruction, they hid in the rocks and in the dens of the mountains, which is symbolic for the bunkers. Right? They're gonna be underground, hiding from what's going on up top. Right? This is all prophetic. Okay, and we're seeing a Mark Zuckerberg, right, play out the prophecy. He's gonna be in one of those bunkers when the missiles hit, and every single elite member out there, people with money, they're gonna be hiding, as it says in verse 16, "And said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Right, and the answer to that is that the only people that are going to be able to stand are the elect. Right, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel that had faith. Right, forget your bunker, forget your meal rationing. Right, stocking up cans and soups. Faith is what's going to save you at the end of the day. Right, not no carnal means. Right, because here it is. Right, you saw it in that movie, Leave the World Behind. You saw it in the movie The Road. Right, all these people doomsday prepping, okay, and they die. Right, they don't even have a chance to reach their bunkers, and someone else comes through and eats all that food, which I believe Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is gonna make that be a reality to a lot of the elect members. Right, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. Hey, we're gonna be out here running into bunkers, right, finding food, miracles. Okay, it's gonna happen. But let's get one more scripture. This is Isaiah, going to the same topic. Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 19, it says, "And they shall go into the holes of the rocks, and into the caves of the earth, for fear of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth." Right? And when he comes back, he isn't coming to play. He isn't coming to sit down and talk things out. Right? He's coming to bring a sword. Right? He's coming to destroy, to kill, to judge the inhabitants of the earth for all the wickedness that is going on. Right? America is going to be completely wiped out by those nuclear missiles. It's going to be a desert because of the abominations that have been committed here. It says, "In that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats, to go into the clefts of the rocks, and to the tops of the ragged rocks, for fear of Yahweh, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth." Okay? And right there, you can take it two ways. Right? The first way you can take it is that, hey, they're just going to leave everything, right, in haste. Right? All their idols, the Jesus piece, right? Their homes, okay? Everything that they once had, they're going to leave it instantly to go into those bunkers. Right? Or another definition, another way you can break it down is that, hey, all those idols of silver, those gold, right, which they had, hey, they're gonna sell it all, right? They're gonna sell it all in order to try to get a ticket into one of those bunkers. Right? Let's read it one more time. "In that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats." Right? He's pretty much gonna throw it away. He's gonna get rid of it, so he can be able to go into the clefts of the rocks and to the tops of the ragged rocks, for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Right? That masses judgment. Ultimately, Yahweh Shai coming back with the angels, and they shooting laser beams and all that. Right? You can read 2nd Ezra chapter 13 for a more elaborate explanation of his coming. Right? How he's going to be killing everybody. Okay? He's not coming to play. But we'll get one more scripture. This is Obadiah talking about the Edomites. It says, verse 4, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh." Right? The Edomites are going down. This kingdom is going down. Right? This kingdom right now is being ran by Esau, Edom. That's why I said that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? Jacob talking about Israel, right? The kingdom of heaven. Right? So, no matter where these devils go, they're going to be brought down. Doesn't matter if they go to the space station and try to escape the nuclear destruction there, they're going to go down. Right? The elect, right, the nation of Israel, are going to have spiritual powers to go and take them out of wherever they are. Alright, let's get one scripture going into that. Right, I can get a lot of scriptures going into the spiritual power. Right, we'll get this one. It is Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 29. It says, "He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." right? So pretty much we're gonna be out here doing miraculous supernatural acts, right? Flying, the Flash, all these superhuman, super movie. What's the word? Yeah, superhuman movies. Where people are just doing all types of crazy shit. And that's exactly what the nation of Israel is gonna be doing, right? Because we're gonna be changed in the twinkling of an eye, and we're gonna be made immortal. Right, there's another scripture in Zechariah chapter 14. We'll read it. Zechariah chapter 14. Um, Zechariah chapter 12 and verse 8 says, "In that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of Yahweh before them." Right, so the most lowly Israelite, right, just the modern Jake, right, he's gonna be like David, right, and David was out here jumping over walls, right, killing people. I think he killed I forgot how many men it was, like 20,000 or something, right? Where the angel pretty much told him, "Hey, you need to slow it down, right? They're going off." He had a kill streak. But it says that the house of David, going into the 144,000, the prophets shall be as God, as the angel of Yahweh before them, right? So, and that's talking about supernatural powers, right? We're gonna be how we're gonna have supernatural bodies, right, to execute that judgment, right? And it's coming. Right? Mark Zuckerberg is playing directly into the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? And fulfilling prophecy. But that's all I have for today. Hopefully this is edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rokak Wadash, and double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.